Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Hope y'all's doing good. I'm feeling tired, but I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity to be here with you. So here we are. I pulled one card because I was like, I was getting the message survival of the fittest, okay? And then this is the card I pulled right here. It says, a crisis will allow you to look into yourself and make an important revelation. So I kind of felt like, okay, that fitted. It's somewhere in the line of, you know, being in the danger zone, okay? And like, what you're going to do. Like, that kind of lets you know, like, who you really are. It's when you're backed up against the wall that's really show. That's how you show who you really are. And so I'm getting the energy of integrity, okay? So make sure that you do things, you know, do the right thing when nobody's looking. That's what integrity is. So have some, learn that. And, you know, just know that you can be rewarded. You will be rewarded for those little integrity points, you know, like if you see somebody drop their wallet, you know, or drop some cash or something, like you pick it up and you give it to them. You don't just steal it. You know, it looks like a little thing, but it's not. And, you know, because you definitely would want to get your stuff back. Okay. So, just a very important time to do what you say, mean what you say, and do what you mean type energy. Okay, and using your wisdom, you know, you've been here before, so perhaps you're going through a similar cycle again, or you're having a similar experience again, but you have the opportunity to make a different choice, okay? Dream Boy 19, welcome to the live, okay? He says he's lacking in integrity, okay? So when you find yourself having to do the right thing, choose the right thing. Hey, welcome. Thank you for subbing. I appreciate you guys and chilling with me. Okay. Yeah, next time I come around, you know, did it get you in trouble? Did it cause, even, you know, sometimes you might even get away with it in the 3D. Maybe nobody even finds out. But how did it make you feel on the inside? Were you even able to enjoy your theft, you know, or did you just have anxiety the whole time? You know, so think about that, because it don't be worth it, like, to have anxiety and to be stressed out. Like, I'd rather just do it the right way, as well as the fact that it protects you. You know, having integrity spiritually, it protects you so that, you know, when things get hairy, okay, you know that you, okay, when things, when your back up is up against the wall, you can feel confident that things are going to work out for you. Hey, everyone, thank you for being here, okay? I got these 3 cards in my hand. I'm about to put them back, but I want to point out the fact that it says stay focused on yourself, stay in your own lane. We got this Scorpio energy. The energy of transition and death has been real strong. And the waxing moon. Now is a good time to focus on your own personal goals. So staying in your own lane. Okay. Hey, welcome. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Muhammad Ali granddaughter. Welcome. Okay. So it's definitely a time for transformation. Stay focused on what it is that you want to experience, because things are moving. Okay, I'm seeing it like shuffling this way. So you want to make sure that you're holding on to what you, hold on firmly to what you believe. There's going to be some illusions that get cast. For those of you who are rising in power, there's going to be a lot of people trying to stand up against you. And it's like, it's going to irritate you and confuse you a bit, because you're going to be like, your argument doesn't even make sense. And, but they're going to be going hard at not supporting you. And you're going to have to just be able to not allow that to shake your foundation. What's up, gang? Welcome, welcome, Araya. Hey, out of here. Close my door, please. Looks like we got the puppy, kids. A new beginning or even a new life may be blooming. So do not fear this transition energy. This Scorpio energy, look. Scorpio and Taurus energy coming out. That's opposites, okay? This portal, it's open. It's a gateway, okay? So don't be afraid to go through the threshold. Don't be afraid to go through things. Don't be afraid to let things go. Don't be afraid to lose things. If you're losing everything right now, you know, shit, it's just only because you're going to have something new. And if you know, and now I can't, if you got some things to pay for, you're going to pay them things, okay? And even good people have karma to pay, okay? Sometimes it'd be generational debt. Sometimes it'd be pre-lifetime debt. Sometimes it'd just be your mindset. You know, you just had some negative thoughts. You've been having, so you're going to have to go through an experience to help you change your mindset, okay? So it doesn't mean that you're not holy or chosen or on your divine life path just because you're receiving karma. Okay, so remember that. All right, different levels for different devils. Okay, but definitely staying focused on yourself and what it is that you decide. What is it that you want to create? Healing. Okay. This is going to be a healing adventure. So this is giving me like a grand awakening, okay? So like sometimes an ascension feels traumatizing. When you awaken and learn new things, you know what I'm saying? It can be traumatizing to like have the ideas that you know, the foundation that your life is based on, your whole thought process is based on, realizing that, you know, something's completely true. Motherfucker, shut the fuck up in my comments telling me to stop yapping. Say something else stupid to me and you'll be eliminated from the chat. Your healing adventure, okay? It's going to look different for everybody. Don't okay sorry me nothing. I'm up here trying to help heal heads and hearts, okay? And you don't ever tell somebody who's live in action to stop yapping, okay? No, my bad, gang. We ain't gang, clearly, because you would have just been more peaceful. And if you have something useful to share with the class that you want me to read aloud, then say that. Talking about show you a magic trick. How the fuck can anybody see shit from you? You need to go put it on the It's Irish, I don't know channel. And we'll watch your magic shit there. If you have something useful, say it. Part of my healing journey is not letting people play with me and standing on business about what my shit is. All praise to the Most High Power. We are grateful. The mysteries. Okay? The mystery. All right? That everything is divine. Okay? Everything you do is divine. Everything you do is magic. Okay? So it's time for you to open up your Akashic records is what I heard. But expand your mind to understanding that you're actually in control of everything that's going on in your life. You're in control of your experience. Okay? So, yes. There is a lot of psychedelic activity going on. So if you're seeing like little glimpses, I know that I've been seeing like little, and then there'll be something there, but I don't know. It's just that feeling of seeing something that's in between the veil. Thank you. Okay? You may definitely, oh my gosh, nature is so alive. Okay? The nature spirits are screaming. Okay? So be quiet. Get to a body of water, a natural body of water, and sit with it and show reverence. That's what I'm hearing. Show reverence to the water, like, because the water is like not playing with us. Okay. I'm also seeing like wooded areas. Okay, being gentle, like don't be out killing bugs in their environment type energy. Hey, thank you guys for being here. More Taurus energy coming through. Ooh, not the bombshell and the 10th house. Okay, so show your stuff. Okay, it's time for you to show what you got. All right, it's time for you to show what you got. As you moving through this death energy, this threshold, you focus on yourself. You're using wisdom. Okay, this is not your first rodeo. Okay, this is not your first rodeo. So do it better this time. Okay. Do it better this time. That's my puppy dog with her toy, by the way. Oh, I see we got a lot of funny guys in the chat today. Lots of funny guys. Pisces, yeah, more of that astro energy, okay? More of that unseen. So, okay, thank you. I'll praise the Most High Power, okay? So, survival of the fittest. Before I came on here, it's more than just like your physical abilities. I think that is essential for you to increase your physical abilities. But it really has a lot to do with your mind. Like, are you willing to change? Are you willing to grow? Okay? A lot of the same energy is coming out again with this Jupiter. But this is expansion, okay? So expanding your mind. So it's a lot of people in here, you know, I don't know, they're just throwing weird jabs. I'm not really paying that much attention to the chat too much, but it's a lot of like, I don't know. So I've only been going live on YouTube for like a week straight, right? And I just noticed like a lot of the commenters, I don't know, the way you guys spend your time, the way you guys spend your energy, you got to be careful with that, okay? You got to be careful with what you put out into the universe because you're going to receive that back, okay? And just be mindful of how you spend your energy. He says, be careful with your weight. You know, you guys, a lot of people have been saying that to me, but I look good. I feel good. I'm very healthy. You know? Are you going to make it home safe tonight? I hope so. Not if you're... I hope you're not texting and driving. Okay? Yes, stop spending energy on delusion. Okay, you know, I kind of like that statement that you're making. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let me teach you a little something about divine feminine energy. Okay? You got to have a little delusion. That's that Pisces energy right here. So obviously you want to be anchored in truth. Okay? But you got to, in order to manifest bigger than you've ever experienced, you're going to have to trick yourself into believing that you can have it. In fact, you damn near have to trick yourself in believing that you already have it so you can embody the energy, so you can magnetize it. Okay? So don't be afraid of a little delusion. Okay? Irish, talking shit is not lighting the mood. Okay? Like that, you never say shit to a lady about her weight and then try to be like, oh, I'm not trying to be rude. You look good. Nigga, what? Don't. No. You already lost your chance, okay? I can't be, it's over for you. We're not going to be together, okay? Thank you for the hair compliment. I did it myself. It definitely needs to be redone, okay? You manifested a huge fart earlier. Good job. Good job. Digestive health matters, okay? Oh, now, so the same dude who just said he's not trying to talk shit, I look good, now he calling me, saying I'm a bigger Lizzo. Like, come on now. Happy birthday, Mark Anthony. Ski Joe, he says, you can tell the future or see stuff. I read current energy. So, I don't know. It's hard to explain my gift, honestly. Oh, happy birthday all the way out in the Philippines. I know it's beautiful out there. Okay. Eat some lumpia for me. I'm like, what's the Filipino food that I love? The lumpia, the noodles y'all be doing. Yes. I'm not reading signs. Okay. I'm not reading signs right now. Anyways. What do you mean current energy? The one right now or the one in cables? I don't understand the question. Maybe tarot was kind of like tricking yourself, but it might work in ways we don't yet understand. Okay, so if I can explain how tarot works. Tarot is an amazing phenomenon and any form of divination. Okay, tarot is just one form of divination. So you could use cards. I have oracle cards. I have tarot cards. I have like my own cards. I wrote these. Okay. I have runes here, right? Some people like read coffee and tea leaves. Like bones. All right. So it's all called divination. What it is energy is everything. Like, in school when they be like, this solid thing is not really solid. It's just vibrating really low. And that's why we can, right? So things that are 3D reality are vibrating very low or low enough so that, it's solid. But it's not still. You know what I'm saying? It is vibrating. It's not actually solid. Like, it's just, is it vibrating low or fast? I'm not sure, actually. But what was I saying? I was explaining something and I I was talking about the tarot cards and how that works. Okay, so energy is everything, is the point I was trying to say. Everything is made out of energy. So it's like sometimes I will say something and the cards will say what I just said. Okay? So the gifted person doing it just has to be a good manager of their own energy to connect with whoever their divine source is, okay? And just kind of be able to discern like this energy or that energy. I mean, even just saying, okay, this is going to be a twin flame reading, then it becomes a twin flame reading just because I said it. And also like doing astrology readings. I actually really am into astrology and I encourage everybody to learn your birth chart But I don't really like doing the readings just because it's fucking tiring, okay? Going through the zodiac wheel, like if I try to do it all in one video, I'll be exhausted by six zodiacs and I'm ready to quit. And then even if I do individuals, I just get tired from it. Because you're embodying this, embodying that, embodying that. And so, you know, to be a really good reader, or I don't know, probably think that part of what my gift is empathy. Okay, I'm a really powerful empath, and being an empath sucks when you're young and dumb, okay, because you get walked all over because you feel everybody's feelings, and so you know what they're thinking, and you adjust yourself, and you know, you're like, oh, I don't want them to be hurt because they hurt me, because they were hurt. So so you let people slide until you become empowered, and then you can use your then you can protect your own energy and use your powers for good. Okay? I think the coolest part about being an empath is the ability to shape shift, okay? And it doesn't mean that your face changes, but maybe on the next level it does, maybe on a higher level it does, but shifting into different energies. Okay? But the whole thing about it is that you got to know yourself. Okay? Do not play games in the spiritual world without having a good connection with yourself and love for yourself. Okay? And a good connection with divine source energy, like a love spiritual source. Like, I don't care what type of God, who God you choose. Just make sure it's based in love, okay? So that you don't be lost in the sauce, because plenty of people have straight up psychotic breaks, lose their absolute fucking minds, okay? You have to eat well on this journey. You have to fucking forgive. You have to do that healing work, because that's why, you know, some people who like get into more of a witch energy, I don't mind. To me, witch means wise one, and I actually got taught a lot of things by a man who referred to himself as a gray witch, and the gray witch is like he did black and white magic, okay? And so he taught me some principles, right? So, but he the one of the main things he said is like, witch just means wise one. So I don't have a problem with it from that sense. But I just wanted to make a point about, like, you know how witches are like depicted like with a big old ugly mole and just green and just looking evil. It's because if you're not anchored in love and you're just like fucking around with energy, or you're dealing with jealousy, you're not healing, you're not transmuting, it'll take a toll on your face, your beauty, your whole thing. You guys are so weird. Okay. Wait, we got a smarty. Hold on. We got somebody who's not so weird. The energy, something I don't yet understand. There are different energy fields in different places too. Could be just subconscious consequence, but I'm not sure. Butterfly effect is one of hell of a thing. Oh my God. Do you remember that movie, Butterfly Effect? That movie like changed my life, and I was probably in middle school when that came out, because it just, I would love to see that movie again, but I feel like I tried to look it up and couldn't find it. Anyways, I remember that Ashton Kutcher is in that movie. Thank you guys for following. I appreciate it. So you're right, Sean, right? Sean, okay? You're right about energy. So like it's different frequencies. You know what I'm saying? And I also feel like it's different, like lifetimes are running simultaneously. Like it's future, past, present, all at once type. It's a lot. Just take one step at a time, one day at a time, honestly. And, you know, I went on a journey trying to figure shit out, and I learned some stuff, but somehow I kind of got off that, and I just got more into personal development. You know what I switched to from trying to figure out the universe? I was like, how the fuck do I use it? How do I use the power? How do I manifest? How do I get the lifestyle I want to live and like be living the reality I want to live? And so that's how I kind of switched gears from being more of like a scientific investigator of spirituality. Like that shit will send ya. But I've had different religious practices. I've been on a journey. Do I do relationship advice? Yeah, I can offer relationship advice. I met my husband when I was 15 years old. We were together until I was 31. I left his ass. Then we tried to cohabitate for a minute. And no.
Is this yours?
Huh?
Is this yours?
What is it?
It's just like a warm cup of water thrown in the microwave.
No. So, I can definitely offer some advice. I know a little something. Sean says, that fits my understanding of the universe, where time isn't linear, but we are experiencing a chapter of what's already made. Maybe there's a way to tap into it. Whew. Sean, yes. Okay, I totally agree. And just even reading that, it just made my brain be like, I'm telling you, it's a lot to try to contemplate, but you know why it's hurting? You know why it hurts to even think about? Those are new neurons. So, you know, we got to just keep like talking and asking questions and keeping an open mind about like previously things that we thought, you know, we grew up in a society where they're like, this is the truth, right? And then the information age happens and you're like, what the hell? Y'all motherfuckers some liars. Okay? And, you know, it's up to us to even walk through the door of realizing that it's lies and wanting to learn something new. Oof. Nini says, I've been with my boyfriend for 20 years, but we're not married. What could you tell me? Baby, what do you want to know? You got 4 kids together. I got 4 kids too. Do you like him after 20 years? Like, honey, I think you answering your own question when you typed it out. I think you know. I mean, if you like him, I mean, it's what do you just want to get married? Well, listen, this is just relationship advice, okay? All praise to the Most High Power. Send me a message, okay? The right things to say. Because after 20 years, what is it that you want? You know what I'm saying? What do you want? Okay, you want to be married. So after 20 years, why don't you just say, let's get married? 20 years and 4 kids, why can't you say, babe, I want to get married. Like, why can't you have this conversation with him? He said when the time, honey, the time is right when you had the first baby, or the second, or maybe the third, or definitely the 4th. I got married after the second baby. Okay? I was 20 years old. Now, ultimately, I don't think that relationships are that great. I feel like they're fucking draining if you're not equally yoked. And I think that you want to be married, he doesn't want to be married. I think that it's just like what you have to decide what you want for your life. You know what I'm saying? But I do want you to say that, like, whatever it is that you want for your life is valid. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel like I deserve to be married, then you do. Okay? And I don't think that you have to get married on paper, but I feel like from what you're telling me is that you guys are not on the same page. So, yep. I left my husband after 15 years together, and that's being married, but I mean, we're still legally married, but I couldn't give a fuck about that shit. Okay? Mm-mm. I do not believe in abuse of any kind. Nini says he's a great man and father, but I'm like, dang, everybody else getting married. I mean, if he's a great man and a great father and y'all are in love, then you can just say, babe, I really want to, getting married is important to me. See, that's just, getting married is really important to me. And have an honest conversation, because it's, after 20 years and 4 kids, I'm assuming that your guys' money is together, okay? You guys live in the same house. Like, you're already operating as a married couple. And so if all it takes is for you guys to have a ceremony, you know? But the excuse of, I'm not ready yet, that's bullshit. Okay? So yeah, do whatever makes you happy. But I think that this is a conversation that you should be able to have with somebody you've been with this long and have built so much with. And if you really feel like he's holding back from you after 20 years, I don't know. You're welcome, Nini. It's hard out there, and it ain't easy deciding to be with somebody else after 4 kids. Like, don't do like me. I'm lonely. I ain't got no man. So shit. But I am happy. My room is pink. Everything is mine. Okay, so that's what I can say. If you've never like had your own shit, single life is cool. But my youngest child is also 10. So, but I left my man when my youngest was 4, the first time. But that's because he's an alcoholic. So yeah. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you, and I really appreciate you being here, and I hope that was helpful. All right, what else we got? We'll pull these. Pull these, my cards. Welcome. Thank you. Ooh, 3D. Something about, like, 3D reality. Being real. Keeping it real. Okay. I'll place the Most High power. What's up? The Most High, he said he's finna keep it real with us right now. You guys. Can we see the puppy? She's not in here, and she would run away from me. I'd have to go chase her. Okay? She's hella fast. Oh, she came in here. You trying to be a star, Pookie? Okay. Come here, Pookie. Just know that all evil eyes will go blind. Okay? So anybody sending any negative energy to my puppy, you'll never see a puppy again in your life. Okay? Doobie doobie. Main reason I don't show her. That was my 11:11 prayer alarm. So let's say a prayer. All praise to the Most High Power. We are grateful. Thank you so much for loving us and guiding us and helping us through everything and making life fun and opening our minds. And God, we are just grateful to be here right now on earth, incarnated for this amazing showdown that's going to pop off. And I ask that you please protect us and our hearts, our children, our minds, and let the underdog win. Amen. Yes, I love animals. And thank you guys. So yeah, at 11:11, I pray. And it wouldn't be right to ignore my alarm. Oh, but I didn't. So this is what popped up though, yo. Water. You know, it's funny how like the Bible says God would never flood the earth again, but we got like a whole lot of, I've been getting so many water warnings, okay? And it's like, you know, them folks who twisted so much shit around, what if the truth was that that it was finna be a flood? That's just food for thought. It's just food for thought. Like, you know, we got to really read between the lines. They only tell us things that they want us to know and think. So, but that doesn't mean that it's facts. I don't know. The water spirit, man, that shit been on me. That shit been on me. Okay? Let's show reverence to the water. Green and the plants and the trees. Mother Earth is not playing. Okay? Mother Earth is not playing. I heard worship the water and the green, okay? Anything that grows is a manifestation of the Most High. Everything green that grows is a manifestation of the Most High. Because how dirt make all these different plants? Okay, Sean says, have you ever had things in tarot immediately happen following up, like the statistically impossible? Yeah. In fact, oftentimes I'll do a reading and then I'll be like, those people are crazy with that energy, and then bam, it'll be my life the next day, you know? And so, yeah, it is happening increasingly quickly. And like I said, it's just energy. This is just a medium to tell me what's happening in the energy. Bebop says he enjoyed the stream, but he does much better without the tarot stuff. You're a good person. Laters, maybe. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know what? I appreciate that for giving me a try, because it is weird and strange, and people like, I mean, it's only strange if you just don't know anything about it. People fear what they don't understand. Okay? So it's actually nothing scary at all. Like, this is literally paper. If you want to be afraid of something, be afraid of me. Okay? Like, let's be so fucking real. This ain't shit. I wrote this. It just says diet. That can mean anything. I am the one who can call on spirits. Okay? So, that's just kind of all I have to say. I got into like a lot of trouble in regards to being a tarot reader with my family. And I was just chastised and just berated and just treated like I was the damn devil. But it was just a lot of energy like, the cards are evil. Motherfucker, I got this shit on Amazon. It's just paper. The one you need to be fearing, oh girl right here. I'm the one with the mental magic, okay? So just know that, like, the magic is in you. All right? So activate your superhuman powers. And then you won't be afraid of other people who've activated superhuman powers. Fire, turn it up, turn it up. I feel like this is like turn up your energy. Get your energy up. Okay, get your energy up. Ooh, but we got water. We got earth, water, fire. I peeped this. It said 3D. That's another word for earth, right? Water. Oh, this is another earth energy, green, and fire. So all we need is air. And that is just all the elements. Hermit mode. Okay. So this is just this energy of quiet contemplation. Okay. So this message may resonate with everyone who watches it. And some parts may resonate with everyone, but it's going to be like different sections, and it's going to mean something different to each of us. So be sure that you just make your own decisions. Your discernment, developing your discernment, developing your gifts, developing your connection with spirit. We do this in hermit mode. George says he is. Oh, it's good morning from Southport, England. When I went like this in English, I immediately saw the Spice Girls. So shout out to them in England too. Big fans forever. First favorite band, my first favorite band ever, Spice Girls. So thanks for bringing that England-ish energy. He says, are you married or single? And do I wear rings on my fingers? I love rings. I love crystals. I love natural stones. So yeah, I love rings, and my relationship status is complicated. But I mean, I do what I want. Okay. Thank you, Nini. I really appreciate that. She says, God sent you a gift to use, so use it, sis. Keep up the good energy, queen. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm actually the happiest I've ever been in my life. I can honestly say that. You know, this stage in my life, happiest I've ever been. And I really feel like it's only up from here, you know? I had already been at the bottom. Okay. So I just feel like, and then once you get to a certain vibration, like, you know, happiness is a strategy. So once you like feel good, you know, unless of course traumas can bring you down, but new traumas, I don't know, once you get to a certain vibration, you just stay up, is what I'm trying to say. Then we've been on 40 minutes. Aquarius, there goes that air energy. We needed some air energy. Now we making magic. And Aquarius energy is your mental, your mind. And it's also this rebellious spirit and revolution and revolting as well. So I feel like you standing on business is a whole revolution. Okay, so I feel like there's gonna be, we're ascending. So just be quiet, connect with like-minded people. Like it could be different groups. It could be different groups that you join, or conversations, or I don't know, maybe your algorithm switches up, or that's going to give you some peace and comfort, because I feel like the people who are closest to you, it might get a little bit uncomfortable because you're expanding. You know how people say like, it's okay for you to make noise or to take up room. You're going to be taking up more room. Okay? So don't be afraid to boss up. Oh, yay. Sean says, connecting with like-minded people is complicated. I totally agree. Look, I have no friends. I actually really enjoy, this is my social interaction. Okay? Everybody I love betrayed me. Like, I have a story to tell, and I've been working on like how to articulate it to where it's clear and concise, you know, and I don't sound like a fucking crazy person. Jumping from conclusion to conclusion. But, you know, so it is complicated. And one thing that I've learned is that like, when you know, they say it's lonely at the top, and it's not about, oh, rich people. It's about your frequency. You know, when you get your energy in a particular space, you'll connect with somebody, and you could like that person, but you have to like them at a distance, because if you get too close, it's like something about your frequencies don't match, and they could bring you down, you know? So yeah, you know, bringing it back to the husbands is that, you know, I loved my husband very much. We were together since kids, and we're both adopted. We were trauma bonded, you know, but he never made it about other women. He had a problem with alcohol, but I feel like that increased after I left him, you know. But it was really more about a lack of growth. And I'm not even where I want to be, okay? But like, I wanted the world, everything, all of what God has for me. I want my highest timeline, my greatest destiny. And he was like, I remember him being like, I just want to have a nice house in Rancho Cordova. And I was like, fuck no. No, it just wasn't enough. And it wasn't so much that like having a house in Rancho Cordova isn't something to be proud of. It's just, that's all you want? Like, we can have a house in Rancho, but like, what about the rest of our life? You know? So, I chose me, and it was the best decision I ever made. So, I'm just throwing that out there, is that like, I didn't know what the hell, and my plans didn't even work out, and I've been in danger, and it's been crazy, but you know what? But you know what? No regrets. No fucking regrets. Sean says a lot of people don't want to grow. Some of my best friends are like that. One of the reasons why I stopped talking to them for a while. Yeah, you know, and it's like you just kind of have to like just leave them where they're at. And you can still support them where they're at. But yeah, time and space, because they'll hold you back. Yeah. So I will say that like, I don't have any friends and I don't really want them. Okay. I'm more interested in like partnerships, business partners, you know, community building projects, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can work on stuff together. We can have a common goal. But like, I really like having my energy to myself. So I'm not even ready to really date, because every time I like talk to a man, or like, I feel them bringing my vibration down. So, and yeah, I will not minimalize myself. I will not make myself smaller. Okay? So, it's just so important that we stay focused on ourselves. Okay? Because that's who we're going to have. You know, and if you have children, help them to develop themselves. Can I do a personal reading for you? No. No, I don't want to do that. I feel like all what I'm saying is valuable, and you got to use your discernment. Yeah. You don't need anybody to tell you the answer. You already have the answer. You have to, in fact, Spirit is channeling anyways. You got to decide what it is that you want to experience and go for that. For me, the frequency is that me and them are not on the same frequency of mine. That disconnection. Yeah, you can't even have a conversation with somebody that has a fucking pea brain. And it's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying dealing with people who are normal. People who don't have that, people who are just like, like, I'm starting to refer them as NPCs, but it's not even so much like they're NPCs, it's just they haven't been activated. But there was one point in my journey where I felt like it was my duty to like evangelize and tell people, oh my God, the truth. That's exhausting. And people don't want to listen. People don't be wanting to hear shit from me. You know what I'm saying? You're welcome, Nini. You got this too, okay? You got this. I love to see a sister choosing herself. Oh, that's the point. Because I had lost my train of thought. Choosing myself got me the biggest blessing. So it doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't have to look like leaving your husband or nothing like that. You could still stay in your relationship. But in it, Focus on yourself. Focus on what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? If that, draw all your motherfucking energy back. Until he fucking put a ring on it, don't shoot shit at don't do shit else for his ass. Okay? And put all your focus on you. Now you go to the gym. Now you go to art class. Now you taking singing lessons. Okay, now you have an agenda that he has no idea about. He's going to be more curious. Oh, Nini, well, who do you mean? Oh, I'm just, working on my personal development because, I ain't married out here. Okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to threaten him in that way, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just big yourself up and become more and see, can he keep up with you? This is how I ended up without my husband, because I kind of knew that he was like jealous of me. But I come from a family where people got married young and stayed married in toxic relationship. I mean, nobody knows they're toxic except for the people in the house, but stay married the whole life, and so leaving my husband was like a big deal. I wasn't sure, like, is this right? Plus I'm deeply spiritual, so I'm like, is this the right thing to do? And it was in the act of loving myself, it's what made the connection fall apart. I was part of this sister circle at the time when I was first contemplating, and homegirl said, look, manifest or imagine your dream man, or like your dream man, just don't put a face on him, right? But start manifesting your attributes, caring, kind, considerate, whatever, right? Don't put a face. You're calling in the energy that you desire to experience, okay? But you're not saying it's not him, but you're not saying it has to be him. Okay? And just see what happens. Okay? Now you do that. Now, if your life go if everything gets shook up, just know that God got you. Okay? And the more you choose you, it's going to be all right. It's going to be good. Promise you. Promise you. If you do things that you like doing and focus on that, it's going to be a good outcome. Okay? Okay, let me read through this chat a little bit. Sean says, as far as people being off frequency, it's more annoying than isolating. Yeah, I'm at this place. I want to say that is that my birth family ran a whole humiliation ritual on me because they stole my inheritance. And, part of it is isolating. Damn it, Apple just got me for $16. This is why you lock your cards, people. The hell was that even for? Sorry. Let me read. Why was I talking about? About how it was annoying. That's what I want to say. So like they tried to hurt my feelings by isolating me. But it's like they're dealing with the wrong one. They thought that I was going to have the type of reaction they would have because they are codependent on validation from one another. But I grew out of needing validation because that's what makes people depressed, is waiting for someone to love you. You know what I'm saying? And so it's more like, I feel what you're saying. It's more of an irritating thing than like I feel sad and lonely. It's more of a like I just really don't want to be around you. Like, So that's how I feel about my family. It's not so much like, I wish. It's like, you guys are a sad case. and I'm glad, okay, that I don't have to be anywhere near you. This man said he gonna leave his wife and kids for you. I don't think that's cute. Okay, don't talk like that. You don't know me. Okay? So, I don't know what you were talking about, what must have sucked, but if you're talking about the fucking bank taking my $16 at 11:32 p.m. because I didn't lock my card, yes. Like, fuck. What else we gonna do? What else we gonna do? I'm not really feeling like... I think we should just stick with the astrology energy. And we just pull in to see what comes out and talking about the energy. Sean says you can't really trust anyone if the family is not even trustworthy. You can only trust yourself, and then yourself is oscillating when you are changing. Trust what? Intuition, logic, desire? Trust intuition. And you know what, Sean, what I would suggest, honestly, is getting into prayer. And like, I don't know what your like spiritual background is, but like say you're like, I don't know how to pray, okay? Or like, I don't even know who to pray to. Because I know at one point in my journey, like when I undid all the religion, I didn't pray for like 2 years. I didn't know, because I was like, well, they said God's not real, you know? But I came full circle, and I choose to personify the Most High God outside of myself, even though I do recognize that he's inside of me, right? I also know that he's not a he, but you know what I'm saying? I choose to personify outside of myself. It manifests better, okay? For my brain. So magic is what you make it. It doesn't have to follow anyone else's rules. You do what feels right for you, you know? So like my connection with the Most High is mine. And yes, I love sharing it, and I think that it can activate and light codes for other people by sharing my perspective. But it's a personal thing. Like if you want to take, like just take a piece and keep going on your journey. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain parts of the journey I'm just never gonna know. Okay? But I'm not supposed to know. I might just be the person who tells everybody to love themselves. You know, love yourself, be yourself, fairy. You know, it's somebody else's job to like get that intellectual shit down. Okay? I'm gonna go listen to that person for that type of knowledge. You know? Like the type of tarot I listen to, I do not do. I wish, like, I be listening to the homegirls who be doing the storylines. They be telling my truth. But when I sit down here, I do not have storylines. It's just pure energy, because that's my gift. And so I just have to accept the fact that this is my lane. You know, if I start trying to do storylines, I'm forcing it. You know what I'm saying? If storylines come out naturally, then great. But, you know, it is what it is. So that's what I'm saying, is like, it's what you make it. Oh, and then just to answer your question, you're talking about, you said, trust what? Intuition, logic, desire? I like those questions. I would usually say intuition. But I kind of like how you said desire, though. I really feel like it's a combination of 3. Okay, I feel like those are keys right there. Like, trust your intuition. If you can't understand what your intuition is, sometimes it is your logic. It's your wisdom. That's what logic is. It's like, previous experiences have told me that 2 + 2 is 4. So if I'm doing some math, you know, I can make a decision based off that understanding, you know? And then desire is essential. And you know what? Something, you know, in the religious community, we're told, don't have any desires. But the God I serve wants me to be happy all the way. Like, one thing that I believe is that the highest form of praise to the Most High Power is to be your true, authentic self. Because I believe that we are all a droplet of divine source energy. Like, we're all in a human body. So no, we cannot embody and express the full dynamic of the Most High God Creator. Told you, my brain will explode. But we are all a droplet of it. So it's like the way you laugh, you know, the way you cuss, and the way you think in general, that is divine. That is an expression of the divine. One of my very first favorite Bible verses is when God says, I do both the good and the evil. That should change my life, because it made me realize that the good and the bad things in my life came or were divine. It wasn't like God wasn't watching out for me and that's why I was adopted. In fact, I can tell you now that God was for sure watching out for me when he gave me adoptive parents. Okay? Like, no, I did not understand it a child. Even 5 years ago, I didn't understand it. But today, I can say, praise, praise you, God. Thank you. You dap them up. Okay? Because I was saved. So I think that we have to be okay with not knowing all the answers. And that's where faith comes in. And that's where, prayer comes in. Because prayer, is like a spell. So it just depends on how you want to practice. And I think that it's perfectly fine for you to practice any way that you like. And you can switch it up anytime you want. You make the rules. The only rule, the rules to follow are universal law. Okay? In any type of magical practice, please understand what goes up will come down. So whatever energy you send out, you're finna get that back. So be careful with being unforgiving. Because there's gonna come a time when you fuck somebody else up or somebody else perceives you as doing them wrong. Do you deserve unforgiveness? Okay then. And it's it's deeper than that. It's just one example. And Sean says, yes, these all exist in us for a reason, after all. And it's just that sometimes one takes over the other. And as for praying, I was never religious, but I did pray and pretend as if God exists. Hard to say what happened. I changed. But is it because I prayed? There's no way to tell. If not sure, should you keep pretending? So, baby, you on the edge. You're on the edge like this. Because what I want to say to you is, yes, that's what manifesting is. That's what we're doing. We're literally making it up. We are co-creating. So if you say, everything's going to work out for me, and you pray that, right? Everything's going to work out for you. If you believe, if you get into an energy of resistance, which could just look like, I don't know, like fear, or if you say the opposite of everything's going to work out for me, and it may not be those words you say, but your energy is saying, I'm afraid or I don't believe, you're going to get a negative answer. You're going to get, if you are afraid, because I think that, I don't know, it's something about, it's a fear of being wrong. It's a fear of trusting something that's not there. But honestly, the opposite is anticipating doom. You can either pretend that everything's going to work out for you, right? You're going through the fire. You're going to go through that fire regardless. But you can either pretend that everything's going to work out for you, okay, and manifest a positive outcome because that is how it works. Or you can fear your experience and may not even get out the damn fire. Okay? So I hope that made some sort of sense. Oh, no regrets. Okay, he says, if you're pretending God exists, that means you don't know logically if God exists. But you gotta look deep. The fact that you want God to exist, that says something. Y'all, we in there. We in it. Sorry, I have Gen Z kids, okay? We in there though. We really in there because it's like, what you said is fucking true. I like what you said. It's like, this is breaking down that fear, and like, I like the pitchforks that we have at the boundary of yes or no, real or fake, true or not, It's like the fact that you want it to be true says something. Like, and I'm here to say that you're creating it anyways. So add whatever spices you want to in your shit. Put whatever you want in your pot. But I like that, you know. I think to me the evidence that God exists is just how everything works together so divinely. Like everything's actually hella perfect. Like, and like the number frequencies and the like, it's just too much divinity. It's just too much divinity on this that I see all around me. And then also my own personal experiences. Like I have prayed and received answers. Like I can tell you that. I am living a life that I manifested. So that's just my own experience though. But I want to say that my faith started as small as a mustard seed though. Like it wasn't like I was always like, hell yeah, I'm gonna get whatever I want. No, I didn't always feel that way. In fact, even if I said those things that I believed in God and that Peppy got the toy, sorry. You know, I still would have anxiety. It was as it got built up that now I don't have those type of anxieties. Or if I do, like it's way less because I've had so many wins. Phil, don't be gross. Okay, but it's great. It's amazing. Okay. Sean says, I don't really know if I want God to exist for how absurd everything is, but if God does exist, maybe it's better to pretend to act as if it exists for the theatrical benefit outweighs the negative of believing. But I just wonder, is there even better approach since our brain is pattern seeking? So I could be either right or delusional. Choose delusional, I would say. Okay, because you're saying, okay, is there a better approach? So I think you made a good point of saying our brain is pattern seeking. And so I think that that's why my alarm goes off and I pray. Okay? So like my spirituality is ingrained in my patterns. And it's manifested positively for me, you know? And I think that it's like I'm trying not to tell you what I think you should do because I feel like you already have the answers. Like I feel like you don't have to overthink it. I think that why don't you just give God a chance to show you something? Why don't you start asking questions, you know, and just say, hey, I want to know something. Show me something. You know, so God, please. Yeah, I don't know. You don't have to call him God. You have a different name. Doesn't matter. Give me this shit. Shit. Sorry. We have to stop the squeaking. This. I think that getting into connecting with spirit. Like, you know that spirits are real. You don't have to like, you know spirit is real. You know you have a spirit. You know that people die and energy never dies, so ancestors have a spirit. You know what I'm saying? Just connecting, like, I say just start asking spirit to reveal themselves to you, and they will tell you which direction to go. No Regret says, can we slow down and actually observe that we exist? Have you sat down and realized how crazy it is that you are here observing your thoughts and world? It is so obvious. No, I'm totally with you. She's like, where's my toy? um, I'm totally with you on that, man. Like sitting back, it is just waking up in the morning. So like, one thing I like to say is that gratitude is alchemy 101. And it's like just stopping and contemplating, like, I can breathe, I can walk. Do you ever think about how like your body moves, but you don't like really tell your body to move? It just does this thing, you know? Um, so like crazy. That to me, that's the evidence of divine source energy, because that's not accidental. You know, somebody was an artiste when it came to creating every living species on the planet. And you know how like plants heal our bodies, and the fact that everything that we eat, everything that we wear, you know, our clothing, our housing, literally grows from the ground. I'm laughing at her. Like that is evidence of divine. Like, how is it? The planet literally provides food. Like, okay. You know, and like how the wind blows and the seeds scatter and then you get more trees. I just went back up to look at Haku Upoma. So I just went back to read your question. And you're asking about your student visa, will it be approved? But I'm more concerned about why you can't sleep at night. Rest is essential. Obviously, you're nervous. That's why you're not able to rest. You're nervous about something. And I think that everybody has the same issue today, is you have to make choices for yourself. Okay? Even on how you're going to spend your energy. You know, you can't, if you're going to pray, don't worry. Okay? If you're going to worry, then you might as well not pray type energy. So stop fighting against yourself. You're having trouble sleeping because you're in conflict with yourself, because you're not trusting the universe. So there's something in you that's telling you that either you're feeling like you shouldn't go, or you either having a self-esteem issue of feeling, do you deserve a yes? Okay? Or you know it's not good for you. Okay? Yes, all we can do is control ourselves. We can't control anything outside of ourselves. So, you know, as far as like the student visa goes, whether you get it now or later, you can still focus your energy on you're going to receive it. Okay? Sean says that still doesn't explain why they only exist. It's believing. Believing most of the times it's just enforcing your mind. But Sean, what you're moving away from, because you were there, all we are is our mind. Everything's an illusion. This is not even really here. Okay? Like, you know what I'm saying? All we are is our brains. That is and honestly, God is the collective conscious. That's another reason why tarot readings work, is because we may be going through different things, but we're experiencing the same energy, because our planet is moving. Like, just like it goes around the sun, but the sun is in a solar system too. So we're truly, truly, truly never, ever, ever in the same place in the universe ever, 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 ever again. Okay? So we're all experiencing this changing energy. It looks different, different circumstances. But I can say hermit mode to everyone, and everyone personally knows that it's a period of contemplation. Whether it doesn't matter what you're contemplating. You know what I'm saying? No Regret says yes. Choices, actions that all can control. We can all control. He says, ask yourself what it would take for you to believe that God exists completely. Nora asked, should I get baptized? Yay, I'm glad that I was helpful. You're welcome. And I hope everything works out for you. Nora, should you get baptized? I mean, if you want to. I don't believe it will hurt you to get baptized. Well, getting dipped into the water is just symbolic. Lightweight to drinking the Kool-Aid. I love God, and I found God through the Christian church. I grew up Baptist. But I had to let go of religion to become who I am today. And to be truly free, anxiety-free, believing anything's possible, that did not happen in church. You know? But I feel like Jesus, even though his name was Yeshua, but I don't want to get off too crazy. I do believe that Jesus is a great teacher, and you can learn so much through his experience, his story. But I do not worship Jesus. I thank Jesus for his experiences that we can like learn from. But I connect directly with divine source energy. I go directly to God. Nora says her mom and dad met in church. That's cool. But we got to remember we're in different times. We're in different times. Okay? Way more options than my grandma had. Don't forget that. Okay? We should not be trying to repeat our parents' path. Unless they turned out amazing or like there's something about their lives that you want. We don't need to do things. We live in completely different times. The way your parents were able to buy a house, okay, it's not going to be the same way you're going to be able to buy a house, for example. So, but, yeah.
Mama,
Yes?
do you have anything for my congestion besides oregano? I just took some.
You want some of that colloidal silver? I'll put it in there.
Huh?
Go get that colloidal silver out of my bathroom.
And do what with it?
Put a little 2 drops into your cup.
Is it gonna kill me?
No, but it might make you go.
Maybe 1 drop will do.
2 drops is all right. You be all right with 2 drops. The guy says you look sleepy. I am kind of sleepy. It's time for me to go night-night. It's time for me to go night-night. No Regret says, you do see God. Look around at the work in the universe. That's the sign. Good night. Sweet dreams. So yeah, that's my confirmation though. Did you put it in there? You gonna be alright? Drink it up.
If I pass out, it's your fault. I'm serious.
Alright, you guys, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna talk to my daughter until I really go to night-night. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I can't wait to see you next time.
Wrap it up. Oh my God.
All right, peace, guys. Bye. Thank you. I really enjoyed you guys. Thank you so much for chilling with me.